What's up, guys? And yeah, welcome back to the NightCap. You guys know how we do it. We didn't have one. Hold on, my light's too bright. We didn't have one last week. Sorry about that. We had some stuff to take care of, but we are back. You know, host Trent back in the building. What's up, Trent?
Yeah, what's good? I'm chilling.
You know, LDE stopping by. What's up, LDE?
Yeah, whatever.
How you been? How you been, man? It's been like a week, 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's been calm for me. Like I saw the Warriors win, and I was like,
I wonder how Troy feeling.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
All right.
I'm thinking otherwise.
And we got Mara on the show. How are you?
Hi, how are y'all?
She I saw her on TikTok, and to me she has some really good sports takes. So I was like, I gotta invite her on the show. She seems like she likes to talk some sports, and that's what we're gonna do. So as you see from the title, the title says the NightCap, but the thumbnail on YouTube, we're going to be talking about a little bit about free agency, some moves around the NBA. But before we get there, Bleacher Report put out this top 10, and it's predicting the top 10 NBA stars over the next 5 seasons. Yes, and the list goes in order: Giannis, Luka, Tatum, Joker, Booker, Young, Adebayo, Morant, Embiid, and Anthony Edwards. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I feel like John Morant, like putting Ben before John Morant was low key nasty. But I feel like that's egregious. But for the top of the list, I'm not too mad at it because I like where Giannis is at. For me, right now he's shown he's been the best player so far. And then Luka, this season it's shown me he got a level that he got to get to that he could be a real serious threat. So I like him being second. And then who'd you say was there?
Jason Tatum.
I like that too. So that beginning part, it sounds good, but putting Jokic that far out the conversation, I think that's also crazy too because he is.
Well, Joker is 4.
I mean 4, yeah, but like I don't know, he's gonna be a good center in this league for a long time to come.
I think. Go ahead.
Jokic above Joe Morant.
Yes, John Morant is 8. And Embiid is I'm more outraged that Embiid is 9 and Jokic is 4.
Did I hear Bam on that list?
Yes, Bam is 7.
Bam, like that was I seen Bam, that was crazy.
Yo, they is so disrespectful. That they violated. They violate. Like, okay, well, I'm a big man person. I'm sorry. I didn't interrupt if somebody was still talking. But I'm a big man person, so favorite big man ever, Boogie Cousins. Mm. So even though I appreciate Jokic's game because he played like European ball, and I ain't gonna hold you, he a beast at passing. I don't think there's no way in this argument when you talking about like Embiid compared to him, because everybody was just like Embiid should have got MVP. Mm-hmm. So the whole that blows my mind that they put him right there above all these other players. That of course Giannis needs to be number 1. That's without a doubt. He has to be number 1. But it blows my mind they put him above like Ja and all these other players that I feel like affect their team better. Like that's crazy.
Who? More than Jokic?
Ja, yeah, I feel like he helps them. And don't get me wrong, Boogie is on that team and he helps them. But Ja Morant, like
Ja Morant, he don't got more impact than Jokic.
No, but listen, like
every day over Ja Morant.
No, but the thing is, I'm not putting it on a position type thing because obviously how he run point or whatever. But it's just like
Rob the Gob. Thank you for the follow.
Oh, sorry. I just feel like for Ja, like he put so much. Okay, you know how Jimmy Butler's a beast. He's a hustler. When you look at him as a hustler in this and a third, you look at Ja just more athletic. So I feel like they're almost the same person and they affect their team way differently. Like,
you gotta realize like, that Memphis team was good, regardless. Like Ja Morant, he was a great piece for that team. So they're gonna.
I agree with that.
So you think if Memphis plays the whole year without Ja, they in the playoffs?
Me? Yeah. Definitely. They played. I'm not saying
They got a better chance than Jokic because Jokic don't play.
That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, I got 2 points to counter you, LD. I'm sorry, but like when I saw the playoffs, I saw the weaknesses because Ja is the primary scorer. So when they went against Cat and what's that other big man, Williams or something, they was exploiting them because they was able to stretch the floor out more and get threes on them because they big men weren't able to defend better. So because Ja is a primary scorer, if he's not off, they don't have no number 2 or 3 to rely on to get their points. So that kind of exposed them before the injury.
Go ahead.
I feel like that's helping my argument more because like the Grizzlies, they have a good core around their team. That's what I'm saying. Like, Ja Morant definitely like that.
That's why I invited on Rob. But I just want to show you what Rob said. Rob, you see, you got to pay attention to stuff like this. Some people, when they talk, they know what they talking about. All right? Go ahead, LD. I'm sorry.
I'm listening to what you're saying, but like the Grizzlies, they have a good surrounding cast. So Ja Morant's impact is there. Don't like he's the best player on the team, obviously.
Ain't more than Jokic, bro.
But Jokic to that Nuggets squad.
Where's Jokic ranked?
It's
Jokic
missing.
is 3. Four. Tatum is 3.
So is Giannis who else?
It's Giannis, Luka, Jason Tatum, Nikola Jokic, Devin Booker, Trae Young, Bam Adebayo, Ja Morant, Joel Embiid, and Anthony Edwards.
This is
like the future.
The next 5 seasons.
The next 5 seasons, I think. Anthony Edwards might be harder.
Is this NBA or this is
Bleacher Report?
Oh,
Bleacher Report.
Yeah, this is Bleacher Report top 10, 5. Like I get what you're saying, Mario, but I don't agree either. I don't think Ja Morant is better than Jokic. Now I'm with you. What you started off with saying, like with his big man and passing, I would take Ja over Jokic because I don't want my big man personally passing the ball. I don't need my big man to be a facilitator. He should be his ass down low, banging, like Charles Barkley said. You know.
I want to bring this up because Curry, even though I appreciate his game, he changed how the big man is, and the last true big man I feel like is Boogie, but he made it so like everybody shooting threes, so you had to spread it out and made it like Euro boss. So you got Jokic, you got Aldridge and y'all gonna talk trash, but Al Horford, I had to give him his props. He was doing his thing.
Better give him his props.
All the big men basically changed their game, and there's no true like Shaq or down low type one. They expanded their game. So because of that, Jokic, he plays that Euro ball.
Angel, thank you for the follow.
He's able to do the pass and all that. So
yeah, I would say Jokic has got to be top 3.
I think he might be too.
Put him. Yeah, I wouldn't put him no longer. No, I'm going. That's why I'm saying my thing is I don't think why is Joel that low?
That's what. But I'm saying, do you think that Joel was cheated? Because if you putting him above Joel, I'm just gonna be like,
Like, but that's what I'm saying because I got Joel over Jokic, and you know this. I've been saying this since the podcast started. Because when you're talking about big men, and B just does so much more on the floor as a big man than Jokic. Jokic only added thing to him is that he can pass the ball very well.
Right.
But like I said before, I don't want my big man passing the ball. I want my big man doing big man things.
Hold on. I felt like it started well, but then it just started snowballing. It's crazy to say that Jokic only brings passing more. Like then Embiid. Yeah, Jokic does everything you need for him on the floor. Everything.
Okay, and what Simp? What are you gonna say, Simp? But no, what I'm saying is the only definite thing that Jokic does better is pass the ball. So if Embiid's healthy, he's cooking. He's on top of the big man.
I co-sign.
Like he's on top of the big man. That's not gross, Simp. Like that's not gross. That's just my opinion. I'm taking Embiid over Jokic, and I will have my point guard facilitate my offense. I don't need my big man to facilitate my offense because obviously, if you look at it, I know you can say injuries this year, but if you look at the Nuggets, it ain't really working.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly.
You're the Nuggets. It's not working. They don't have their best player. Like they're missing
for 1 year though. They've been there 3 years. And
Jamal Murray hasn't been playing either.
Oh yeah.
And then I would say Jokic has more success than Joel Embiid does. If we want to look at it like that.
No, 100%.
So what could you really say that Embiid has definitely done better than Jokic? Because he hasn't won more games than Jokic. He hasn't.
I'm talking about skill as a big man, though.
His skill set is more expansive.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about his skill set as a big man and what he can do on the floor. He's not asked to pass. I promise you, if you ask Joel to go out there and get 7-8 dimes a game, he can do it. I'm not saying he'll average a triple double, but he can go out there and get 7-8 dimes. But he's not asked to do that. He's asked to get to his spots, create the offense for himself, get to the rack, or if he's open, shoot the three. That's what Joel is asked to do. Jokic is in his game, so his coach asks him to do that. Yeah, I want you to facilitate my offense. We're going to run our offense to you, just like Draymond. Draymond is a great facilitator. Draymond isn't a point guard, so you can get away with it with Draymond and Jokic because they're great facilitators. They can run your offense. But what I'm saying is, if you and it works in Golden State, but I don't know if it works with the Nuggets. Even with Jamal Murray healthy, he's been healthy for 2 seasons.
You're saying it doesn't work with the Nuggets, but the Nuggets have more success than the 76ers. So what?
No, I get it. That's fine. Yes, they have more success, but I can also say Embiid's been more injured too. So he hasn't really been
more injured, and injuries are part of the game. Like
right, but that's why I said Embiid healthy.
Jokic played every game. Like
that's fine. Longevity. That's y'all knock. Y'all like to knock the longevity over here.
You gotta take the injuries with him. He's had an injury past.
No, 100%.
Even this season, he was injured. And this is one of his best. This is the MVP campaign season. And you know what happened last year? He had an MVP campaign season, and then he got injured again. So it's like the injuries. You can't just take it away from when you're rating a player because Jokic stays.
No, I wasn't trying to take it away. What I'm saying is I can say that the injuries played a factor in why what you were saying about Jokic can be true because Embiid has been on the floor less than him. So if you're saying he won more games, he's been farther in the playoffs. Yes, because Embiid has been hurt. And when does Embiid get hurt? When it counts the most in the playoffs. Yeah. That's where he gets hurt. That's where he gets hurt. Well, and Gabe said, bring your mic closer, LDE.
Well, let me ask one question to everybody on the panel. Who opposed Embiid or Jokic would you like to build your team around? Because me, I'm going Embiid.
I'm going Embiid.
Trent? You the deciding factor.
Because I would take, me personally, I probably have Joel over Jokic, but if I want to build my team around, I might take Jokic.
Because of injuries?
Nah. I'm talking about what he brings more open.
Because he knows when your point guard go down, you can just hack your center to take the role. Magic Johnson.
Hey.
I'm not gonna call him Magic.
Thank you for the follow.
I'm not gonna call him Magic though.
I feel like
no, I'm not saying call him Magic. I was talking about Magic Effect, the Magic Effect.
Yeah.
He's a 2-time MVP, not 1 time, but 2 times. I feel like the separation is definitely there. It's not a huge gap, but you gotta give it to him. He's been balling these last couple of seasons.
Who you talking about, Rob? LD? LD, Rob gonna get him, LD. Don't let him talk to you like that.
He said LDK. No,
listen, I told Mara my chat was nice. You guys are making me look like a liar.
No, we can get into it.
Nah, but I definitely building my team with a healthy Embiid is probably the best center undoubtedly in the league, just to me. Because I think personally the only reason why Joker goes above him is because Joker is so much of a threat with his passing. It opens up scoring for him, and we don't talk about that. So that's why I said the only defining thing that makes him better is his passing. I'm about to go to the PvP real quick.
Wait, can I say one more thing though? Because I feel like on this list, I'm a little bit y'all not gonna put LaMelo on here. I'm a little bit.
Somebody in the chat said that.
Huh?
Somebody in the chat said that LaMelo should be over.
I might put LaMelo over damn Bam.
I was gonna switch them out because I'm like LaMelo. Granted, he ain't been in the playoffs and whatever, but
was Trae Young on that list?
Yeah, he was on that list.
What number was he?
No, I would push Morant up and then put LaMelo.
But who would you put Ja in front of though?
No, because Bam is at 7, so I'm moving Morant at 8, and then Embiid 9, pushing him up, and then 10 be LaMelo. Actually, no, Embiid is higher than that, but in my opinion, but whatever.
I think wherever Jokic is, I think Joel should be right below.
Right below him or right above him.
Yeah. But they put him at 9, so.
Oh yeah, Darius Garland. I forgot about him. Yeah, he definitely got to be on that list. Yeah, he might be over LaMelo. Yeah, I don't say might. He is for that list. I'll probably put him over LaMelo. Low key, Anthony Edwards might be higher, but maybe it's because I'm a huge Anthony Edwards fan.
Oh yeah.
So who shoots threes better, Jokic or Embiid?
Man, why you ask the question?
I think it's a B, right?
I think Embiid's the better shooter too.
Okay. Better free throw shooter. They're about the same. Their field goal percentage, Jokic leads them 58-49.
So does it really? I mean, and it's not that much points more.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that far. I mean,
and
for Jokic to play more minutes, like almost 200 more minutes than B, and B still has 75 points on him.
Damn.
Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like when we talk about Jokic's skill on the floor.
But you gotta factor in this in though. You gotta realize this is 2 points right there. So that's creating offense. He doesn't have to score as much points. That's why when Jamal Murray comes back, he's gonna have to score, and then he could just focus on doing exactly what he gotta do. There's so much pressure on Jokic.
Facilitating the offense as a big man, as a 7-foot guy, you gotta facilitate the offense.
Jokic didn't have another player averaging over 16 points a game. Like he was the only offense on the floor. Like, he was making do with.
You said who averaging, Joker or Embiid?
What's his average in assists? Because like you said, it's
I think it was like 7. I think it was 7 and a little bit over 7. I'm not sure exactly what it is though.
He's definitely a high assist guy, but like I said, do you need that if you have the right point guard?
Right, that's true.
They didn't have the right point guard though. They had
Jamal Murray, but don't now. Don't sit here and say Jokic wasn't doing that when Murray was there. Yes, he was. Cut it out, LD.
And when Murray was there, they were a good team.
Right, and they lost in the Western Conference bubble.
Yeah, when had Joel Embiid has not made the conference finals?
No, I'm not. I don't like talking about the bubble. That shit is the most.
In his career,
that was a born championship.
Y'all talking about y'all want to talk about the bubble, but I mean it happened. Like I'm a Clippers fan. Like I really watched the 3-1 sell job. Like it happened, but I mean it goes to show that Jokic has the potential to do that. Like
I mean you're right, but like. I mean,
wow. Oh man, 27 and 11
that year, but it may be it.
19 and 10. Okay, I'm going Jokic. That's what I see over here. I see a lot of going Jokic.
Oh, you see it.
But Jokic averaged this year on assists. He averaged 7.9 on his career. On his career, 6.2 in assists this year. For Embiid was 4.2, and on his career is 3.3.
Gabe, who said the bubble was easy? What are you talking about, Gabe?
He hearing stuff.
I don't know. I don't like talking about the bubble.
He said the bubble? Oh, you talking about LeBron. Sorry, Gabe. I know you don't like when they say that about you. All right. So I want to clear something up. So on the other day on this episode, GK came out. I put it on TikTok, but I didn't put the GK part. So GK came out and said that the Washington Post reported that Bradley Beal wanted to be traded. Blah. Bradley Beal came out and said it's just rumors, it's not true. So I wanted to clear that up over here because we don't want to be spreading false information. But while we're on the subject, let's talk about Bradley Beal. So what do you guys feel is the best bet for Bradley Beal to make? What is the best move for him to make going forward for him to increase his legacy or better his legacy?
I'll say he's staying his ass home. It's just like I just feel like I think he's probably not gonna go to the Heat. You know, I like to see him on the Heat. But like I just feel like he's about to get the major ultimate contract, and he about to just keep hooping in Washington.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing.
But I just seen the workout. I just seen him at camp telling those kids like, "Yo, I don't have to play basketball no more. I'm set for the rest of my life. My kids, my family." So I don't know if his mindset is money.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, because he had that same convo like the year before with his team. So I mean, like,
and he just talked about his loyalty and stuff like that.
Yeah, he could be loyal, and if you loyal, listen. If he can make the most money staying with the Wizards, that's just how anything goes.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see anything wrong with that.
No, it's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is when we're talking about his legacy now, where's John Wall going to finish? I mean, not John Wall. We getting there. Where's Bradley Beal going to finish if his career ended today?
Shit.
He's gonna be one of those guards you see on Ball's Life every once in a while.
Right, but let's say over the course of the next 5 of his years, he wins 2 championships and possibly has a Finals MVP.
Then that's different conversations.
Rewrites his history. So that's what I'm saying. So
championship rewrites a lot of
right, but that to what Theo said on Monday's episode, you got to figure out what type of player do you want to be. Do you want to be the player that's just going to be known for what guys now say empty stats, or do you want to be a guy that's going to be mentioned amongst the name of champions?
Amongst the champions, of course. Like that's really what it comes.
I'm talking about Bradley Beal, not you. We don't know what Bradley Beal wants to be mentioned.
But it was like if he I just feel like he's about to get that super duper max, bro. Like he's about to just like. I don't know.
And what team do you go? What team do you see Bradley Beal going to that you think is gonna be championship ready as soon as yesterday?
Heat.
That's what I was about to say. I'm about to say the Heat.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, they were 1 game away from beating the Celtics this season, so it makes sense.
The Nets. I wouldn't be mad if Bill went to the Nets, but if Bill goes to the Nets, then
it's gonna be a hot mess.
Yeah. Are you just gonna give Washington Wizards Ben Simmons? Like I don't know how that
this situation will never happen because I'm not even gonna go into that.
Hey, no, do you think?
Well, Ben Simmons, from what they got from Ben Simmons, I don't feel like it was just a good trade in general because the whole, he doesn't want to play. Everybody was just like, no, you didn't want to play because you saw that they was getting waxed and you didn't want to be embarrassed already. So that's why you didn't want to play. But when they talk, how the media has such a bad, rap on Kyrie, I feel like when you talk about inconsistency and you're looking at people sideways, that kind of a little bit should go on Ben Simmons because it's just like, first you said it was the injury for back, and then you said it was mental health, and it's
first it was mental health, then the injury on back.
First
mental health, then injury on back. And I just want to say to the back injury, I'll tell you this, Mara, to the back injury, the same injury he has in his back, I have right now, and I've been dealing with it for 2 years.
That shit real.
That it hurt. It can fuck you up, and you don't want to go and have he had non-invasive surgery, meaning they didn't cut him open. So if they cut your back open. It's go ask any basketball player that had their back cut open and surgery on the back. It's not the same after that. That's why they don't do it at a young age.
Well, the way he finessed it though? He got the trade before he got the surgery. He was supposed to get the surgery prior to, wasn't he?
He should have. But if he got the surgery prior to, then I think 76ers probably would have used that as a.
My thing is,
I think the 76ers would have used that as he would have used it as a ploy not to trade him, or they wouldn't have been able to get anything for him because he was injured. So Ben probably Clutch Sports was probably telling Ben, look, I know you probably need this surgery, but you're gonna have to hang on to it so we can get you out of Philly and then get you somewhere else and then just stay the rest of the year out, have the surgery at the end of the year, and we'll start fresh in the off season.
Okay, but exactly everything you're saying, but based off that, the media gives Kyrie such a bad rap. But when I look at Ben Simmons, I'm just like, I don't think he wants to play at all. Period. I'm not even trying to be funny, but
I ain't gonna go that far.
No, I don't think he wants to play. He doesn't seem like okay. The reason I'm going back to the whole thing. He was at practice with Doc Rivers. He had his phone in his pocket. It was straight.
No, he didn't want to play. If you're saying he did not want to play for Philly, 100%.
No, but even when he was on the bench, when he was over there with the. He looked out of it.
I would say this, because he was going through mental things, mental health in men is it's real, and women too, but it's real, and we don't just we tend to think that just because a player makes all this money that they're fine. I'll give you a prime example. I'm a big rock and roll fan, right? Yeah. And I'm a big Linkin Park fan. I didn't see in the foreseeable future that the lead singer will end his life. I didn't see that. Yeah. You would think growing up that those guys are happy to have the world, all the drugs, all the money, all the women. But no, he even with his happy family. A week before he took his life, he was on vacation with his family. Came back and that was it. So what I'm saying is mental health is a real thing, and certain men can only deal with it for so long. And if Ben is going through mental health, I'm not going to dismiss that because we all go through it. Yeah. So if he's going through it, I don't think Philly handled it the right way, and I think a lot of what he went through in Philly caused some of his mind to break down. You got to rebuild it though. That's the only thing I would say. He has to rebuild it. That part's on him. He has to put the effort into rebuild it.
I'm not minimalizing mental health, no whatsoever.
That's a new word.
No, minimalize.
I'm gonna add that to my dictionary. I got you.
I'm not minimalizing it, but I'm kind of old in the chat, so I don't know if y'all remember Rashad McCants when he was depressed. Y'all don't. okay, back in that, like he was getting real ostracized and like kind of put as the scapegoat. In a sense, I feel like for 76ers, they did try to use Ben as the scapegoat because they weren't asking the same stuff. Like after who got traded, was it Jimmy? They weren't asking him to do the same stuff, like shooting. They weren't asking him to shoot before whatever trade happened. So,
but I said that, and some guy went crazy on me on TikTok. Like, no, they were asking. It was the same problems. No, it wasn't. When Jimmy Butler was in Philly, there was no need for Ben Simmons to shoot the ball. There was no need for him to do that. Once they traded Jimmy, once Jimmy left, then the 76ers had a gap in scoring, right? They didn't have too many shooters. So now they need their second best guy on their team to give them that offense. Ben is not that guy. That's what we all forget. We all think that Ben can be that guy, but Ben is not that guy. He has never been that guy. He wasn't that guy in college. He had questions coming into the league about his shooting. When the 76ers got him, they knew that. Just like Marshall Funk, they knew that. What happened with Marshall Funk? He goes to the Magic before he gets injured, and all of a sudden he can shoot the ball again.
Well, no. Are you saying that he's not a scorer or just not a shooter?
He's not a shooter. They needed more scoring from him, but in the aspect of shooting.
I feel
it wasn't like enough of him, and then he stopped being aggressive too at some point. That's what I'm saying. You can see when the mental health started bothering because he stopped attacking the rim.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was, because I'll tell you, when I was a teen, I balled hard on the street ball. But once I had my jaw got broken, I stopped being aggressive going to the paint. I did for years. I would not go to the paint, and I became a jump shooter because I did not want nobody to hit me in my mouth. He could have some of that experience, like I don't want to go down there and something like. And I'm not making excuses for him. If he wants to be in the league, Ben has to show something this year. Or I'm probably going to be on the other side of people. Like he needs to get his stuff together. But I'm not gonna. I think Philly handled it the wrong way. He also handled it the wrong way. I think it's a 50-50 thing, though. I think it's a 50-50 thing. It's on Philly and on Ben, because Ben could have been more of a man about it and, played and tried to do it the Harden way. He still played in Houston, but he did. He went about it all right, I'm going to do the same antics that Kyrie did and went and got surgery. I'm just going to sit out the whole year. Like, no, Kyrie, my boy. I take up for Kyrie all the time, but he did do the antics, and we can't ignore that. We can't ignore that Kyrie did what he did.
I feel like they both did their antics, though. They both had their fair share of antics.
No.
All of them. James Harden too, 100%.
Ben Simmons, I heard your whole spiel on mental health. I definitely agree. But at the same time, it's like, you're still a basketball player. Like, there's certain things you have to do.
Yes,
but
you.
Like, he was like going initially.
I can't. Yeah, I can't either. I can't. You can't. He's
I'm not gonna
human.
lie.
You're putting him. What you just said, just put him above humans.
He's
a human, so he
went
has
to
the same emotions as you, LD.
He went into the season not being able to play because he didn't want to, and then like he developed an injury, and then
he developed the injury.
I'm not validating the injury at all. I'm just saying, for the basketball standpoint, like had he been playing, it probably would not have happened.
Well, the thing about it is, 5 years prior to this convo, we wouldn't even have it because
real quick.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Real quick. Hey, yo, the Mad New Yorker, where you been at, bro? It's been like 2 months since I last seen you in the chat. Where you were supposed to be my man. You came in the chat, you stayed with us that day, and then you disappeared. What happened?
I think that was like the first day I came on.
Did you go to jail? Like what happened? I didn't see you for 2 months. You had to do a bid, huh? You gotta let me go. Go ahead, Mara. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say like 5 years ago, because they didn't really, or I don't know about y'all, but when I was playing, they was just like, you better suck this shit. I don't know if I
no 100%. Go ahead, you curse here. We free on this show.
You better play. No one's giving a F about mental health, so. I mean,
but it's a different time now.
It's a different time, bro.
We have more medicine, we have better doctors and all that to deal with it. Back then, they didn't have that, the things we have to now, even the knowledge on mental health to help them deal with it. They just thought it was like, it's them acting up.
I don't blame Ben Simmons.
I understand, but
I don't either.
Let me say this: the only reason I feel like a little bit away.
I'm glad you're out the tune, man.
Is because I feel like he kind of like not working the system with that, but he is not completely like genuine. He's just like, well, I'm gonna take this advantage with this and use this as kind of an out. I'm not saying this fully, but I feel like
James Harden gained weight and used that as an out.
I mean,
Kyrie used that surgery as an out.
But the difference was okay. We gonna get into Kyrie because I'm ready.
Listen, I'm just saying they all have done similar things. They all have used antics to get out that situation, and it's not right that they do that. But then we still can't take away Ben's a little bit different from me because he does seem to have something wrong with him mentally. And I'm not saying that's the end all be all. I did say LDE that Ben has to be, still step up and play ball because that's what he gets paid to do. But he has to put his health before anything else, because let's say if he gets out there and he's playing ball and he goes and we know, what if he goes batshit crazy? While he's out there playing ball, he just goes batshit crazy. No, your mind can break. You guys might not understand this, but it only takes a small moment for your mind to snap. So what if he's going through all this shit, all the pressure gets to him, and he snaps, and he hurts somebody on the basketball court? It's a hypothetical, but what if that happened? Because mental health is like that, bro. I don't know if you guys have ever done with somebody close up with mental health. It's like that, and we don't know the extent of what his mental health is. And plus, I'm with Trent. Fuck Philly. Philly threw him under the bus. Like you said, Mara, he was the scapegoat.
Embiid took his ass under.
Stop trolling, bro.
So did Doc. Doc threw him under the bus too. Can you win a championship with Ben? I don't know. I'm not saying that. If that's I'm not saying that. I'm caught up in emotions. Bro, I'm not saying that.
After he had that open dunk, he passed it up, bro. Shit,
yeah, it was over. It was over.
No, I agree with the fact that the 76ers, they did him bad. The fans was on him crazy. I understand that has to take a toll on your mind. I'm
talking about the players. I don't care about the fans. I'm talking about my peers.
No,
the guys on the team with me. We supposed to be a family in this locker room.
Embiid did it. Doc did it. Fans.
Embiid consistent. He put everybody under the bus because he did the Harden too. But yeah, go ahead.
He got to stop doing that. Not everybody's going to be cool with him doing that.
I know.
That doesn't show me you got my back when I'm down. That shows me you're going to kick me while everybody else kicking me. And that's what Embiid and Doc did. Ben was down, and they stomped him out while he was down there. And they told him to get back up and dust my footprints off.
It goes into both parts, though. He took no accountability. You watch the interview, they were talking about him passing up that shot. He was like, "Do you look at Trae Young's stats? I was doing what I was supposed to do." It's come down to a point where, yeah, he did that. He did.
But when LeBron does that, when LeBron makes a pass out of an easy layup and went to find the right person, we be like, that's smart moving. That's smart moving.
People will be like, that's a smart moving.
That's smart moving.
I'm not gonna give LeBron the same passes that people do, but that's a different conversation.
Smart. That's a smart move. LeBron just easy note kick it to the corner.
That's different though.
I know, but I'm just saying. I know. I'm just saying.
LeBron know he can make it, and Simmons, he was scared. That was the difference.
Yeah, I think
he didn't want to shoot.
He lost his aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Maybe he wanted to sabotage him. We never know. Maybe he was like, they're not winning the championship after they throw me under the bus. Because that wasn't the only. Sorry, Mark. That wasn't the only instance though of dumb. Once Jimmy left, things got really bad for Ben, and I don't think people really realized the extent of it. It really, all the talk started happening. Ben can't shoot. Ben can't shoot. Ben can't shoot. Ben can't shoot. That never, even out of college, it was like, yo, Ben doesn't have a jumper. He needs to develop a jumper. And this goes for every top prospect. And you correct me if I'm wrong, Trent. When somebody comes out of college with a deficiency in their game, all they say is when they get in the NBA, they got to work on it and make themselves better. Yeah. Ben didn't get that opportunity because when he got there, he was doing his thing. He became he wasn't he an All-Star his rookie year?
Yeah.
He was All-Star his rookie year. Comes out the second year.
He
didn't play 1 year.
Yeah.
And then Embiid didn't play, I think, 2 years.
No, NBA, that is so gross, bro. That is disgusting that you just
said. I said he was scared, Gabe. Stop it.
Yo, they call Ben a poor man's Tony Allen. That's disrespectful, low-key.
That's disgusting, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Tony Allen would shit on all of you.
That's so gross that he said that.
Why are we talking about Ben? 76ers are looking to move Thibault and sign PJ Tucker, and they could also be moving, the man Harris himself, the one that should have been gone and never got that big old contract that he got from my point of view as a fan, not as his peers.
I mean, they chose him over Jimmy. Bad decision.
Okay, let me ask the panel, because someone put on here that Philly really need to rebuild. From my opinion, I'm just gonna put it out there. I wish the Embiid, Jimmy Butler connect happen, because if Embiid, let me just say this: Embiid go to Heat, it's over. They getting a championship. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna put it out. Egregious. Y'all can say whatever. I would say that. But
I can agree to that. But I feel
if he go to the Heat, you said.
Yeah, and then they also talking about Donovan Mitchell going to. I'm like, if they put Donovan, Jimmy, and it's over.
They would have to clear out the team to do that.
I'm gonna say it's over, but they got a good chance though.
But with that, the reason I'm bringing that up is because when I'm looking at rebuilding the Sixers. Now, granted, if y'all watch my page, I be kirking off because I be talking about Harden. I like Harden, but I'm gonna be honest, he don't be putting the work like he's supposed to be in the summer. He be in the club. So with that being said, do y'all really think that Philly can rebuild the way it's supposed to? Because all this finger blaming. Embiid threw Harden completely under the bus. He said in the interview, he was like, he's not the
We
same.
want him to be the James Harden from Houston, but he's not that.
Same. But
I hear you on that. Like he threw him under the bus with that, but he wasn't wrong. Like he's
as long as you're not wrong, as long as you're not wrong with what you say, you can throw anybody under the bus, bro. That's LDE all night, bro.
There's stuff you gotta keep inside the organization, but like looking at from the outside in, like what he said was. I'm just going based
but you
on
you don't say that.
I'm not talking about
you don't say that though.
I'm talking about objectively. What he said was very true.
But so he came in middle of the season. Like he got traded before. Like everything.
He only played 26 games with them in the regular season.
I will.
And he's still been hurt.
All of that, but the fact remains that he sold in the playoffs. That's really what it came down to.
Yo, if we were teammates, bro, I would be like always giving you the side.
You saying he just sold?
No, it's not just him. Joel Embiid was also injured, so it was like he was playing.
Gabe said it again. He said, "LD, please bring your mic closer."
I'm on my iPad, so I
know, but he don't know. He just wants you to bring your mic close.
I mean, I could bring it close to my face, but
I can hear you. We can hear you. You good?
All right, but like I was saying, like I mean, there's definitely it's not like when I talk about it, certain characters, not characters, certain players, their downfalls. It's not necessarily just them. Like I understand James Harden single-handedly did not lose that Heat team because that Heat team was also a good team, but just from what I'm watching, like what they could have done to win that series, James Harden would have had to play better. That's what it comes down to.
Joe is the franchise player on the Sixers, but even like Kobe was an a-hole, everyone said. Even to his team, everybody have stories. He never went to an interview and kind of messed up the cohesiveness. Like,
but I also blame NBA media for that though. It's the NBA media changed a lot.
No, I'm not going for that, LD. I can't even let you finish that sentence.
People are a lot more.
He said he blamed the media for how open players are. No, I'm not going for that.
That's really what it comes down to.
I'm not going for that.
LeBron,
how many times does players be like, I'm not answering that? Oh, you stupid. What did Westbrook say? What you say, my nigga? You tripping. What? No, players have the right to say and not say certain things or think about their answers and their response before they say them. Joel does not do that. He just says what comes to mind, and that's not right to your teammates. Because if you have another star there and he can't trust you to have his back, especially when all the eyes are on you, when all the cameras are on you, when the media mics phones in front of you, they're not going to trust you. Ben did not trust him anymore. That's why Ben wouldn't talk to him. Because Ben's like, nah, bro, we built this. We've been here for years trying to build something here. We got as far as we got because of me and you, not just you. And people forget that Ben was an important part to that system of them going to the playoffs.
I agree with you morally on a standpoint like that. It's wrong. I agree with that. It's definitely wrong. But I'm just saying that's what it came down to. Like you're looking at this from a purely basketball standpoint. That's what it came down to. That's all I'm saying. Like you can talk. You can
sit in the locker room though.
What the locker room ethics should have been in terms of going about that situation. But the fact remains that James Harden did not play well in that series. That's all I'm saying.
That's fine, but James Harden could sit here and tell you he was still probably dealing with hamstring issues.
Yeah.
Because he left the Nets with hamstring issues. We all forget this. We throw it out the window. What has KD done since he left Golden State? Like he hasn't missed a season because he was injured and then played, 35 games the first season back and then 55 last season? Like if you go look at James Harden, which I'm going to do, and we could tell you how many games he played in the last couple of years, then you would see that he's dealing with something that he needs to get himself right. James Harden, I'll tell you like somebody else said.
Be in the club, but
being in the club don't help. Being in the club
ain't gonna help if he in the club. That's my dude, but I
wasn't wrong for expecting players to play well in games. Like
no, you're not. But you also have to look at the factors of why they're not playing games, right? So James Harden, 2021 played 36 games for the Nets. 8 for Houston. He played 65 his first full year, or total he played 65 that year. Next year on Brooklyn, he played 44 games. And then 21 on Philly.
And then we know in the playoffs he got hurt in Brooklyn.
That's true.
Honestly, to that, I'm gonna say boohoo.
Out of the 2 years he was on Brooklyn, out of the 2 years that James Harden was on Brooklyn,
yeah. What
2 years?
What do you want me to do about
LD? He was on Brooklyn for 2 years,
what
bro.
You mean?
What like what? Hey,
How many games?
That's 164 games.
But
he's only played 80 of them.
But
he's only played 80 of them.
Hold on, Shorty, hold on. What you mean, boohoo to a hamstring injury?
But I'm not saying that doesn't affect you. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying it happened. Like I don't know what you want me to do.
So how do you want him to play when their hamstring is one of the most important parts of your body of playing the game? If your leg is hurt and a player like James Harden, right? James Harden is a fast twitcher, right? Every move that he does is twitch. So he can get his defender to go one way and he can cut the other way. That's James Harden move, right? So if his hamstring is not 100%, he can't do those moves as fast, which does what? It makes him less effective. It makes him less efficient. And that's what we saw in Philly. That's all I'm saying. We saw the same thing in on the Nets. He has good games, and then that hamstring starts bothering him. He has to sit a couple of games. Like it's the same thing. You got to let him get that hamstring right. See if he drops that weight this offseason, and let's see what James Harden does. I'm not going to write the man off because he had an injury he's been dealing with for the last 2 years.
I didn't even write him off. I didn't do any of that. But I said I was talking about his injury because you look at a player like Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum was battling injury for a minute. Like I'm watching him play through an injury.
So was Brown. So was Smart, but that's different.
Injury.
That's different.
A shoulder injury is way different.
Than a shoulder injury. His injury, I can't go out there and fix him so he can play better. Regardless, he didn't play as good.
Bro, a shoulder injury is way different.
Down to at the end of the day.
LD, a shoulder injury is way different.
But if it's reoccurring and keeps happening, it's gonna be different. Like that's really what it comes down to.
But why are we acting like a shoulder injury and a hamstring injury?
Like look at Chris Paul. Chris Paul wasn't 100% when he's selling, but what do you say about it? It's like, oh, he sold. Like,
what do you mean by that?
You can tell Chris Paul was playing a little sluggish in his last couple of games, but it's like,
but I don't. You're comparing shoulder injuries and shit to a hamstring injury.
It's totally still different. An injury regardless. Like,
no, it's totally different.
It's
totally different. A hamstring affects your movement on the court. Your arm does not.
Bro, in the Brooklyn series, when he first hurt his hamstring, he didn't even want to take a layup. Like, bro, you comparing a shoulder injury to a hamstring injury.
I'm not comparing injuries at all. I'm saying that it happens to everybody.
Tatum played with his shoulder injury. He wasn't affected by it.
At the injuries when I'm looking at it play, I'm just looking at what they did on the court. Because if you're out there playing,
that's fine. But
what else am I supposed to do?
But LD, when you look at a player on the court, you have to understand what goes into him being on the court. So if a player played 40 games, that means you can't look at that 40 games like this is his best basketball. He played 40 games. I can judge him off these 40 games. It's the best he's going to ever be.
Troy, highlight that comment what Gabe just said.
I don't even like talking about injuries when we talk about basketball, and we're really sitting here talking about, like, I'm a Clippers fan, so I sit there and we didn't have Kawhi Leonard the whole season. I mean, I can make the argument that we had Kawhi Leonard, we would have been a better team. We would have done something in the playoffs, but he was not there. So
right, but you can also know by facts if Kawhi was there, you would have done better. So it's not too far-fetched to say that. But it's not too far-fetched to say if James Harden was healthy on his leg that the 76ers could have beat the Heat. It's not too far-fetched to say that.
And I can agree with that statement.
That's not ridiculous.
I just want you to agree with the fact that we can't just brush under it because
I'm taking it all. I'm taking what you're saying. Right. I'm taking what you're saying and what I'm saying, and I'm combining it together and telling you that James Harden didn't play a full season. KD did not play a full season. Michael Porter Jr., no full seasons. Like, those guys have to play full seasons for you to see their potential. You cannot judge a guy off 40 games. 70 games, and then okay, I'm fine with that. But 40 games?
I feel like 40 is it's not the biggest sample size, but you could look at a player and see that they were playing well this season. Like, again, Paul George and James Harden. Paul George played less games than James Harden. I could tell you Paul George played better than James Harden this season. And their select games, Paul George had a better season. Like, he didn't play well in the regular season, and then he goes to the playoffs.
Was Paul George dealing with hamstring injury? Was his hamstring bothering him while he was playing better than James Harden?
I can't do anything about
You
that.
can look at the eye test. You can look at the eye test when you're watching the game and see how a player is affected. That's why I said when they said that JT was missing layups, I said it could have been his shoulder because his shoulder is an important part of him getting his arm up and putting the ball in the basket. James Harden moves is off twitches, fast twitches, tween. I'm gonna go. No, I'm going this way. But if his hamstring is not strong enough for him to do it.
Harden's numbers next to each other this season and tell me that Paul George didn't have a better season?
Just by the numbers?
Yes.
Just by the numbers.
Just by the numbers. You can't tell me.
How many games?
Wait, what he say? Wait, what he say?
Just by the numbers. Let's do it.
Wait, what he say though?
How many games did Paul George?
James Harden did.
Paul George is better than James Harden right now. So I mean, like, I don't have a problem with that. So I don't know.
That like I wasn't saying a hot take. Like I was just giving you a comparison.
But Paul George is better than him right now, though. But I don't
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I used the 40-game sample size.
So James Harden, right? I'm just gonna go to 21 games he was on Philly.
Always, boy, you're wilding.
21 games James Harden was on Philly. 21, 10, and 7.
Pull up the efficiency though. I need the efficiency stats with it too.
What's his effective field goal percentage?
Effective field goal percentage 48%.
Okay. Yeah.
Paul George, 31 games. That's what? How many more games? Okay, 10 more games. Okay. 24, 5, and 7, or 49 efficiency. So what was he? Just a tad better?
And you got to take it. Paul George is a way better defender than James Harden is. Like you can see that his defense helped the Clippers be manageable. Like when Paul George got injured, we were really mid. Like it was real nasty out there. Like
stop playing. Reggie Jackson was carrying a little.
But Paul George has been he's better now than James Harden. So,
at this stage of the crowd would say that.
It literally just switched after James Harden left Houston.
After
you could have made an argument. I think even when James Harden's still in Houston,
even when he was in it, no.
OKC Paul George was different, bro.
Yeah, he was.
It was different Paul George, bro.
It was not. I love Paul George.
OKC Paul George is 28, 8, and 6, bro. Paul George. OKC Paul George.
He was for sure hooping, but he was no.
Nah, 2018 James Harden was different. That was
that was the year he's averaging 36.
And that's 2019. Nah,
in the 2 years Paul George played for OKC, he's 25, 4, and 7.
I think he was all defense that year too.
No, he was hooping for sure. Props to him, but he was.
I can agree though. I think Harden was better than him back in those days. But
I said you can make an argument. That's all I said. You can make it. It could be definitely a debate that Paul could have been up there at that time, around that time.
No, I hear both. I hear both sides here. Definitely.
Yeah. Mara?
No, I just had a question because the whole thing kind of pivoted. I was talking about how if you would rebuild Philly, but then you was talking about
yeah, that is a crazy tangent. That was a crazy tangent.
But I was talking about like you brought up how they were trying to do PJ Tucker, and the one point I did want to bring up, I think in their package deal or whatever trade talks, they're trying to get rid of Matisse.
Mm-hmm.
But go back, that'd be the biggest mistake you could do because I don't really be checking for him. But then my cousin had brought up Matisse is the one person that could be locking down Curry. He plays some monster defense on him. So
he is an important piece to that defense. I would agree with you there. He is.
He is a
How old is he?
Matisse.
I think he's like 25 or something like that, maybe younger.
I wouldn't want to trade him. He's young.
That's what I'm saying. Like that would be a mistake.
I think people are scared. Like I think Matisse was good too, but people are scared that he's gonna be like 100 Roberson. Like because people say the offense develops, but like people are scared.
He's 25.
People are scared that I'm not saying what I think about Matisse, but I'm saying in general, people are scared that they think that he's not gonna develop an offensive game. And it's like you can't have a player.
But he doesn't need to though. He could just be used as like a Tony Allen. Like Tony Allen he had an offensive game, but
But Tony Allen, but that was a different era of basketball too. Like people,
Right, but we still have those type of players now.
we have those type of players.
Patrick
But
Beverley is a defensive player.
Ben Simmons. Let's not forget what he does on the defensive end.
I definitely hear the argument. I'm just giving you different perspective. That's it.
No, 100%. And I could respect it, but I'm just saying, like, there are definitely players in the league, championship teams that will want to play a dog like Matisse Thybulle, and I could give you one off the top of my head, the Lakers, because you know what they need? Some damn young people to play some damn defense.
Now you're not even lying. How do you feel about the trade? Like, what? How much better do you think the Lakers are with Kyrie than Russell?
Oh, we get into that.
Oh shit, because
So yeah, as you guys know, the Nets and Kyrie going through trade talk. Contract talk. It's not looking good. So they're saying could walk for nothing, and the three destinations that look to keep their eyes closed. We talked about this on Monday's show. Were Lakers, Clippers, and Knicks. So go ahead, LT, get into your spiel.
Honestly, I just wanted to ask the question that how much better do you
Less
think
years.
Kyrie gets on the goes on the Lakers?
Well, okay, this is my contention with that.
0.0%.
Westbrook is ball heavy, more ball heavy in my opinion than LeBron. So the whole problem with the offense to begin with, while people were disrespecting Westbrook, talking about he ain't the same player. He's a triple. He should be the face of the triple double if you go behind like I forgot that one player, but anyway,
Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, my boy.
I got you.
Oscar Robertson. But anyway, beyond that, like people were just like violating and disrespecting him. So because he's so ball heavy, I don't think he meshes well in the offense. And you could go even farther and say like which offense actually would facilitate Westbrook. Because I talked to somebody, they was like, I don't know any offense. The triangle, definitely the Spurs, that would never work. And the only place I obviously feel like he would be good if you go with Jimmy Butler, because I feel like Jimmy Butler get anybody in.
I knew he was going there. It's like three people that we want to see on the Heat: Bradley Beal, Donovan Mitchell, Kyrie Irving. How many people can they get?
But also, I'm just saying that because I feel like
which one is the better fit? That's what the question leads. Who's the better fit? Donovan, Beal, or Kyrie for the Heat?
Embiid got to go to the Heat. I mean, it's not going to happen because of contract, but because him.
Oh no, he could just do the Ben Simmons.
You said what?
He could just do the Ben Simmons. My neck, my back. my neck and my back.
That's nasty work if you do that.
I mean, you right. I don't think it's going.
I would do it.
That's nasty work.
I would do it
because they've been trying to link up for like the last almost 4 or 5.
I will force my way out of that thing.
Because to be honest, the process is over. The process been done. It's done.
Once they traded away Ben, the process restarted.
The process is over.
No, it's at the beginning again. Now they need to figure out what they need to do to go forward to be back in championship conversation. Because they had a small little window and it just didn't work out. I think when they had Jimmy, and Jimmy talked about it, like I went back and watched the JJ Redick podcast. I got to go finish, watch the rest of it because when I watched him talking about Philly, he still did not say Ben Simmons. All right. He did not say it was Ben Simmons. He said Brett Brown when he was there for like a week or two. They were just clicking through film, and he felt like that was pointless. And then something happened in the Trails Blazers game when they went out to Portland, and they had a meeting, and he said that was basically the time where he knew he wasn't going back to Philly. He didn't say nothing about Ben to my recognition. But I feel like Jimmy Butler being there was the best, their chance to win the title. But Jimmy said something that was key. He said Brett Brown changed the focus in the playoffs. Because he said all season I've been telling Brett Brown, maybe I should handle the ball a little bit. Let's take the ball out of Ben's hand a little bit and let me handle it. He kept telling him, no. In the playoffs, that's exactly what he did. And Butler said it messed up the flow of everything because he said all season Ben had the ball in his hand. And now we're in the playoffs, you want to take the ball out of his hand.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like even at that, though, they played the Raptors to 7. Like, it was a hard-fought series.
It was.
The Raptors were also a good team that year, too.
Listen, they could have won if Kawhi don't
hit that shot, yeah.
Get the 4 bounces.
And that's the thing about basketball. Like, you look at things so much differently based off of what they did in terms of success. So it's like that 76ers team, you can make an argument they could have beat that Bucks team.
Yeah,
like, Raptors did it.
I believe.
So it's like it was definitely possible, but it's just like now it looks so bad because that's the furthest they've been. since.
Well,
It's
going.
the same.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it was just like it just like every move they make to get better, it just points them to the same position, like either the first round or.
But is it because of the players or because of them?
It's a combination of both.
There's so many players you can name that came out of Philly and kind of had more success outside of Philly than
Well, we gotta also put Doc in this because I was defending Doc really hard, and then I was just like,
yeah, no, and she's not even lying. Doc
no, but somebody made the argument. The only reason Doc, now granted, remember when he first got his championship with the Celtics, that's my favorite team. But is Doc as good as he is because he gets the star players, or is he that good of a coach? And I had to think about it because I saw him in the huddle, and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Said we go out there and we fight to the end of the game. We're gonna be the ones that win it. I'm like, no, that's not how it worked, Doc. That's not how it worked.
So I was like, I don't know.
Nah, and I agree with you because as a Clippers fan, like I watched Ty Lue and Doc Rivers coach my team, so it's like I know which was a better coach.
You want Ty Lue, that's what you want. But I don't think Doc is a bad coach. I just think his coaching is outdated now.
Yeah, outdated. You're right.
It's not going to work in today's life. In 08, it worked, but today it's not going to work.
Nah,
he has to, in order for him to still be down the road of coaching his league, he's going to have to do what Pop did. If you go look at Pop had 3 different offenses in 30 years. He's been in three decades, and every time he has got with the time. Every time he has built a roster around the time he needed to play in to win championships. So it's like Doc didn't do that. Doc didn't follow that routine. He just, I'm going to keep the same thing because it worked for me, but it only worked once. And I know it could have worked more. We got to give the Celtics more credit. You know, KG was hurt. So one of those years. So, you know.
And Kobe balled out too. So it's not.
Yeah, Kobe's Kobe, man.
Kobe took that championship. I do hear that.
Kobe's Kobe, bro.
But I'm talking about just for today's time, Doc Rivers.
He's an
overrated coach for now. But like he's not an overrated coach. He does some good things, but it's just like I said, I like Ty Lue better for the Clippers because I mean like that 3-1 collapse was also another coaching thing.
That's what I'm saying. His resume
up by 17 points in game 5.
Wait. So do you guys blame the 3-1 leads and 2-1 leads blown on Doc?
No, it doesn't. You don't blame a loss on simply a coach. That's ridiculous.
I was about to say, okay, because he wasn't out there playing.
I was about to say that's ridiculous. But coaching is a factor. It's not.
No, 100%.
It's like it's almost poetic how he's the only coach with that many 3-1 leads blown. So it's like a part of it is coaching
because those players was blowing those 2-1 leads. I said those players was blowing those 2-1 leads.
No, they definitely was. They definitely were. But you're coaching it too, so it's like there got to be something you can do to stop.
He couldn't figure it out. If you want to say he couldn't figure it out, then I agree with that. But he blown them. I'm not saying he blown them.
So I'm sorry. I veered off. I was trying to. We should talk about the Lakers. For rebuilding wise, like what would y'all suggest? Because I don't. If
me personally
get traded over there, him and Westbrook they're not gonna be able to. Kyrie and it's not gonna work.
Westbrook gotta go, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna have to trade Westbrook contract anyway.
I was gonna say it would have to be Westbrook out of there.
Unless like they said, Kyrie gonna sign that $9 million exempt exception or whatever.
I mean, Westbrook would be cool for the LA
Clippers.
Yeah,
that would be cool. Lakers, if some of you do that signing.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
I think Westbrook just come off the bench anyways, honestly.
But is Westbrook gonna come off the bench? You think he would allow? And so to come off the bench?
I think it's about that time.
If he got the right coach, yeah. If he has the right coach to walk him through it, then yeah, I think he could definitely come off the bench. Because I don't think because you got to look at Carmelo too and look at the type of player Carmelo was, and he's like in that same atmosphere as Westbrook. Whether you have him above, below, doesn't matter. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the superstar star atmosphere. That's what Westbrook is in. Asking one of those guys to sit on the bench is really hard unless you have the right personnel to do it.
I think Carmelo was a little bit easier though, because he's not as ball heavy and he shoots. So it's just like, all right, we can.
Yeah, it was easier, but he was out the league for a reason.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's out the league, and then he can't.
But the Knicks, no, we're not gonna get into the Knicks.
He can't.
No, it was time. It was Thibodeau.
Like That's
It was
not like
Thibodeau, and then it was what you call it?
The Nuggets.
James Harden. No, James Harden, old coach. Mike D'Antoni.
Oh yeah, but D'Antoni, no, I don't think he's.
I heard somebody's one team is looking into him for coaching. I would not give that guy coaching.
Exactly.
Oh,
I don't like him.
Mike D'Antoni, head coach.
Mike D'Antoni can run the offense.
Head coach, yeah, as an assistant.
He had some good offenses.
Yeah, that did nothing.
What? Don't act like 2018. The 2018 Rockets took the Warriors to 7.
That's something.
It's what are you talking about? That was Western Conference Finals. Like
that was D'Antoni though.
Getting to Western Conference Finals isn't.
Let's be honest though. Let's be honest. Was that D'Antoni though?
It was a mixture of both.
I give you the Steve Nash days for sure.
Oh, 100%.
I give you the Steve Nash days.
Steve Nash is also that caliber of a player. He was a 2-time MVP for a reason. He was a star level point guard.
Of course, he should have got one of those MVPs.
Yeah.
But like, let's not.
I know NBA. He don't.
Not like in Houston days. It was just like it was really dancing. It was really hard.
But
it was both. He put James Harden in the offense for him to
outdated like that, where it's just like running.
What offense did he put James Harden in?
He ran a 5 out. You just put the center in the corner.
I feel like
because I ain't see no offense being run.
I didn't. He just running gun. Like he just have him run.
We were literally just the best 3-point shooting team at the time, and we were running 5 out. That's about it.
Yeah, Trent, you are a Rockets fan. That's right.
Yeah, so I'm saying like that's all.
He even telling you, LD.
But it's still like you can't not give a coaches flowers for getting them to the, like it. Good coaching comes with good teams. Like that's really what it comes down to. Like what teams have won with a bad coach?
Doc Rivers,
Mike Brown. I mean,
what? David Black?
Yeah, coach, but it's just like
David Black.
David Black with what team?
With LeBron.
I didn't just Simp. I didn't say D'Antoni not a good coach.
David Black didn't win, right?
I'm saying
Tyronn Lue that won it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Good coach. Steve Kerr with the Warriors. Good coach.
But was Tyronn Lue a good coach then?
Yes.
Or is he one now?
I feel like people won't give him his credit for 3-1 because of how good LeBron James.
Oh, the adjustments was on point. Adjustments on point. I give him that, but I'm just saying at that point in his career, that was his first year coaching, right? As a head coach, he wasn't looked at as no good coach. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm talking about with the being a good coach. Like for me, you have good players. For me, great players make great plays. But Ty Lue, he had his flowers in.
But Ty Lue's a better coach than D'Antoni. He's a better coach than like a D'Antoni.
No, I agree with that. But I feel like Mike D'Antoni.
And you seen that what he did with the Clippers this year.
In certain situations.
But D'Antoni, what is D'Antoni?
Who's better, Chauncey Billups or Mike D'Antoni?
Two sides to the coin. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, you can't compare a coach to a player. Wait.
No, Chauncey Billups is a coach.
He's a coach for the Blazers, I think.
Oh shoot, I forgot about that.
But they gave Chauncey.
All right, I got it. My
B.
Willie Green or Mike D'Antoni?
I'm taking Willie Green.
I'm taking Willie Green too, Trey.
Yes, like I'm taking Willie Green.
What he did with the Pelicans, I'm taking Willie.
Like I don't like Mike D'Antoni. He don't really do that much for real. Like the only time I give you really for real is them Suns days. But Rockets, hell no.
I'm not saying he's. He made
Rockets a one-man show.
I'm saying just give him his credit. I'm not saying he's a.
And then towards the end of it,
what credit do you need to give him? All he had to do, James Harden, you get the ball. Yo, you go into the corner and we run these 5 out. And then when we have Cook Capella in the game, we run a 5 out, maybe a little bit, or 4-on-1 in, and run some pick and roll and allow the ball up to him. That ain't shit. It's the same shit with Steve Nash now. In Brooklyn. What the
he run D'Antoni offense.
And Steve Nash wasn't a good coach. Like he got thoroughly outcoached this season.
But if Steve Nash would have went on and won last year's finals, we'd be saying Steve Nash is a good coach.
That's true.
It's only 1 year. This I'm a point that I made you. Tyronn Lue was not considered a good coach until after LeBron won the championship with him. And now that he's coaching the Clippers, people will call Tyronn Lue a good coach. Now we will call him a good. But in that year, nobody considered him a good coach.
Yeah,
it was his first year.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
back then no one considered him. Yeah, you're right.
All right. So it's the same.
How is it the same though? Like
because it's a first year coach.
Wait, Steve Nash?
Yeah, Steve Nash was the first year coach last year who dealt with his first year. He didn't have Kevin Durant, did he?
No, he had D'Lo, right?
No, Steve Nash came. No,
Yeah,
no,
right?
he came in last year.
Oh, he came in last
when
year?
KD came back for
Oh.
35 games. He had KD for 35 games.
Mm-hmm.
His best player he had for 35 games. And then his second season, he had his best player for 55 games. So that's not enough for us to tell if he's a good coach or not. He needs a healthy squad. And both years, he has made the playoffs. First year, what round did they lose in?
The second round.
Okay, and then this year they got swept because things happen.
He got outcoached.
Yeah, he got outcoached and the players got outplayed.
I'm not. I did say he was a bad coach. I didn't mean to say that. You're right.
Yeah, don't say that.
Coach. You're right.
Don't say that.
I didn't mean to say that.
The jury's still out on him.
No, he's definitely still has time to prove himself. But what I meant to initially say was he got outcoached. So like,
yeah, that's fine. I'll take that.
It's different. Like that Mike D'Antoni, he kept it simple because like he adapted to offense. Like that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to get James Harden isolation opportunities. So he put players on the floor so that like when they brought in Russell Westbrook, they traded their center so that they could space the floor.
Which was a dumbass decision. I don't know why we ever got Russ. We should have never got him.
They pushed CP3 out though because they didn't want CP3 because after the year 2019.
But he didn't. But thing is, he didn't give us the players to like put him out of court for James Harden. That shit was already there. Like it's been there. Like he didn't really do that much in Houston. Like it was really just a one-man show, and then sprouts here and there. It wasn't like literally, it was just James Harden. So like, I'm not finna just give him some credit like he actually did something where he actually didn't even do nothing for real.
He made it a one-man show. That's all it was out there. That's all it was.
And I don't have a problem with it being a one-man show because the way he was playing, shit. But like, he didn't. What credit does he need to get for that? It's a 5-out and a 4-1 in when you got Capella in the game. So like, I don't know.
All I'm saying, he's had success as being a head coach. That's all I wanted to say. That's all the point of the conversation.
All right. Well, we're talking about red teams. We might as well move on to another red team. The Hawks are looking to trade John Collison. Do you think that's a smart move? Because I do not.
I don't. With the Hawks, it's tricky because like, what pieces do you move to make them better? Because they have good individual pieces, but it's like it's just not working together. Like John Collins and Trae Young, on paper, it sounds like a good duo, but their defense it just isn't there. But who do you trade to improve the defense? That's the problem with the Hawks team because DeAndre Hunter, he could be that good wing, but at times like his offense struggles. So it's like
consistency.
Then it's like you want to keep DeAndre Hunter, but then you have to make improvements to your team if you want to be better. So it's like what pieces do you move?
I don't know which move, but
I think Trae Young needed not like another superstar, but somebody who could give him maybe a different shooting guard or somebody who give him points like that.
But I feel like you get another guard that can score. It doesn't fix your defensive issue because the Hawks.
Yeah, you need 3 and D guys.
They do need 3 and D guys, but where do you get them from? It's just like
you said they need who? 3 big guys?
3 and D guys. 3-point shooters in defense.
Like they really could afford to send their whole arsenal at Trae Young because they couldn't defend him. Like they were shooting open threes on the Hawks. Open threes. The Hawks had the Hawks had a bottom 5 defense in the regular season. So their defense is definitely horrible. But it's just like John Collins, I feel like he's a good player, and I wouldn't trade him either, but it's like he's not a defender. Well, what I do think they should try and do is I heard Miles Turner, he has some buzz on the market. Maybe they go get a center like that who could space the floor and
you said who?
Shots. Miles Turner.
For the Hawks?
Yeah.
Nah.
What who they're running Clint Capella right now.
Me personally, I don't think they should trade John Collins because I don't even know what you about to get out of it, and I feel like if you trade him and then you don't get really nothing back, that's really
John Collins averages 1 block on his career,
and plus he's a great to me. He's a really good pick and roll
rim protector.
So like I don't know, bro. Like, honestly, that shit just like what you said earlier is tricky. Like, I don't know who you're gonna get out of. Like
now, I agree with Sim. Spacing is kind of tricky with Collins and Clint. But who you going to replace Collins with that's going to give you that same productivity that can space the floor more.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
you're going to lose his offense and what he can do on the defense, the whatever what he can do on the defensive end for a hope that there's somebody else comes in. The same thing people been saying about me saying Boston needs a point guard. Well, you get a point guard and you're just going to hope he comes in and don't mess things up. Well, they got to hope the same thing because, or is that person going to fix things or make things worse or harder on Trae Young? Is Trae Young still going to have to lead the league in points and assists next year? Or is he going to have some help? You have to find adequate help for him. I don't know if that's a shooting guard, a point guard, a power forward, a small forward. I don't know what it is, but they need to figure it out because he ain't going to be able to do that out there by himself. They're going to be a bottom team, a snagged team, while other teams around them are getting better, like the Hornets, the Cavs.
What if you put Bradley Beal in the Hawks?
It still doesn't start your defense.
It's offense, but no defense. Yeah, I agree with Bradley Beal. Is offense, no defense.
It's like the defensive issue is really what they have to face because even with their very bad defense, they had with Trae Young on the floor, they had the best offensive rating in the NBA, and they had the second best offensive rating in the
AD not going nowhere. Lakers said AD is untouchable.
Yeah,
they get AD. That's something crazy.
AD ain't going nowhere, so we're not even going to entertain that.
That would be a good move if AD goes to the Hawks. It would just
no, that would be a sensational. What's like lob threat AD and he can play? No, it would be.
He's good, but I'm just like
he can play the 4 there like he won. He don't got to play the 5.
Yeah, that's true. He could, spread out.
I think next year, depending on what the Lakers do with their roster, he might have to play the 5.
We've been talking about so many different topics that we didn't even talk about what the Lakers.
I mean, y'all switched. So I was like, all right, whatever.
What, Kyrie and the Lakers?
Yeah,
no. Who was
how much better
if you were building or like y'all trying to? Because Lakers a mess. Who you trying to put on it so they could actually get back into like championship or
they can
make the playoffs? Forget
that. They can get rid of Westbrook. I don't know. Try to get Kyrie or maybe push.
No, I wouldn't get Kyrie. I mean Kyrie because it worked before. I get it, but LeBron's older. Is he going to be able to put on the performances he put on in the finals when he was younger with Kyrie? I don't know, but I would say go get a younger guy and that can play offense, give you a little bit of defense, and I think Zach LaVine will fit out there. Zach LaVine, LeBron, and AD, that would probably be nasty.
Is either that or you blow everything up?
Nah,
you build everything,
or you try to go get Donovan Mitchell.
That you're saying that like
they need defense though.
Yeah, but
and that's the thing too. Like they don't have good bench players. And they don't have any defenders.
That's what I was about to say. Your defense, you need to find other people in that rotation that can play some defense.
When you trade for him, for Russell Westbrook, yeah, your offense improves, but where does that defense go? Like what? Who do you take off the bench when it's time? Like it's stuff like that. Like that makes me question. Like this kind, like even the legitimacy of it is kind of crazy. But like even if I were to entertain it, it's like, is this the move that moves the needle for the Lakers? I don't know. But I feel like that trio, it definitely is. I feel like the offense would be more cohesive.
That's what I'm saying. I think Kyrie would.
I definitely do agree that their offense would be more cohesive. But like it's been proven in this day and age for the NBA, you have to be able to defend. Like when it comes down to it, like you need stops. Like all these teams that made noise in the playoffs this year, they can defend.
Wait, is Victor Oladipo? Is he free agent on the list, or he?
I think he might be a free agent.
Go to the Lakers. If he is, I would be like, him going to Lakers would have an impact, especially defensively.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that. Excuse me. I wouldn't be mad at him going to the Lakers either.
Now that is a good point to grab Victor Oladipo because I forgot he's a free agent this season, and he did show he had that ability to get back to that level at certain times. So that's definitely interesting.
I mean, it's a lot of free agents.
Wait, JaVale McGee a free agent?
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a plethora of free agents I'm looking at.
No, but they don't have cap space though. Like the Lakers will have to get rid of Russell Westbrook's contract, but they don't. Like they're paying LeBron $40-something million. They're paying Westbrook $47, and they're paying AD $40 million. So
this is what I would do.
They can't really sign people to big
Patty
deals.
Mills is up for grabs.
This is what I would do. Since AD is so injury prone, I would have a great backup. They already got Dwight, and I think he's still signed. I don't know if he is. I would put LaMarcus Aldridge because he's supposed to be a free agent. I put him there too.
But these guys are getting old. Like you need some young
Danny
legs
was
out there to
in
go play some
retirement home in that
defense.
motherfucker.
But Al Horford about 40. That nigga was going.
But Al Horford game,
35,
but Al
and he-
Horford, you can't use Al Horford as the example
Man.
unless you're using a transcending big man. Because if you go look at Al Horford numbers when he was in Atlanta,
I know he just
he attempted 1-3 a game. That's
I
what
know
he
he just
attempted 1-3 a game, and now all of a sudden he's shooting 5 to 6 of them a game. So his game has transitioned into another spot. JaVale McGee's game has not transitioned into another spot, and neither has Dwight Howard.
No,
So,
I wasn't talking about Dwight. I was talking about Aldridge. Now, granted, Aldridge.
But yeah, Aldridge. But
He's
the
old.
only question I would have about Aldridge is his health. You got to remember he had some health issues that he had to leave, retire, and then he came back.
You see what happened this season when the Lakers tried to bring in straight.
And then in the playoffs too. I'm with you, Myra. I'm all over it.
It's cool.
I'm with you, but they need a big man that they could use in the playoffs. And I think if they get LaMarcus Aldridge, he's on the bench in the playoffs.
Well, no, I'm saying because you can't trust AD health. You gotta, I would say, have a backup of 2 big men to sub in and out for him. But you do need somebody else that can piggyback if you want him to play 4.
It's not that.
It's
but
not
what
that
big
simple.
men?
In a perfect world.
Well, if
like,
ideally you could put Mark Cousins over there in a perfect world, but I'm not gonna go there. You could put Cousins back.
The Lakers need the money though. That's what I'm
All right,
saying.
Power. You want to go centers? You want to just go centers? That's free agents.
Wait, hold up. They got DeAndre Jordan though.
DeAndre Jordan. Oh, he's on the 76ers now, and he's a burger.
No, but they said he's a free agent.
He's a burger. He's a burger.
All right, look. So these are the big men. These are the big men that you got. You got Nurkic from Portland, Ayton, Serge Ibaka, Thomas Bryant, Zubac, Bamba, McGee, Lopez. I forget how to say this guy name. He played on Atlanta this year. Dang, Gardner Dang. Yeah, him. Yeah, Dwight Howard, Ed Davis, Hassan Whiteside, Andre Jordan, Dwayne Dedman, which could be a big pickup if the Heat don't re-sign him. Bobo, Tony Bradley, Mitchell Robinson, which could be a good pickup if the Knicks don't sign him. Bismo is up for grabs. Tristan Thompson, DeMarcus Cousins, DeAndre Jordan, Greg Moore. So it's like, and it's a bunch of other names that I don't know here, but it's like, who out of that bunch that I named that you think? But because I don't know, Nurkic can go there, but I don't think Nurkic is coming off the bench. Ayton, I don't think is going there. Serge can go there, but Serge is a bench player, but can he fill the AD role when it comes to scoring? I don't know. Zubac probably, if he doesn't stay with the Clippers, I don't know where he goes.
I think we're re-signing him.
Yeah, they have an option on him. They have a team option on him. So Mo Bamba, he's still young. JaVale McGee is getting older. Rob Lopez is old as shit.
That's messed up.
Ed Davis is not that effective anymore. Whiteside, you could probably use him in that role. I don't see that many names that the
Whiteside's the best bet because he's not too old and he does his job pretty efficient. So
yeah, but can he pick up the like when AD goes to the bench? Can he take the role of trying to scoring on the like in that bench role?
Well, I'm talking like second to like what's the other big man I said? I forgot.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Are we talking like hypotheticals? Or are we talking about like what they should actually do this?
It's hypothetical, but it's just like since you're saying the bench is so bad and since NG so injury prone, I'm saying you need at least 2 big men that you could alternate to put in for him, but you also need a 5-piece for AD.
Well, if we putting somebody in for AD, we need to look at power forwards because AD doesn't play the 5, he plays the 4. That's what he likes being at. So you got Thaddeus Young, Tayron Prince, Harold, Marvin Bagley, PJ Tucker, Chris Boucher, Jalen Smith.
Is Blake Griffin? Is he for real free agent?
Who? Blake Griffin? Griffin's he's a free agent.
Okay.
Kevon Looney, Bobby Portis has a player option. Mike Muscala.
So y'all trying to have a retirement home?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Mike Muscala.
No, but listen, there ain't that many good big men that
Donald Haslam.
You got to maybe thug it up for maybe just pray on him to get healthy or whatever.
Yo, but
you gotta go get Bielitsa.
Maybe next year when there's more cause like right now.
But you're grabbing all centers
you ain't got nobody that's young.
Eric Pascal.
These names is these names are not it, bro.
It's not it, bro. Like these names are not it.
Yeah.
But Blake Griffin ain't injured, and he's proficient. At least give you a triple. I mean, not
no defense. No defense.
Yeah, Blake gonna hurt you on the defensive end though, and it's like
Yeah,
that's what
like,
the Lakers need.
Okay,
Lakers definitely need some damn defense.
Whiteside is the only person he played defense.
They can't afford Hassan Whiteside though. They don't have the money to sign him. It's like you buy Hassan Whiteside, you don't got no more money for the rest of the free agency.
No, his contract ain't that high.
No, we're just talking about free agency by the Mad New Yorker. Like some news that come out, all the news that's come out is trades and possible trades and rumors.
The Lakers have they have 3 max contracts on their roster.
If they get rid of Westbrook, you gonna have like.
It's gonna be hard to get rid of him unless you're sending him to a team that don't want to win, like the Rockets. And I don't think the Rockets want him back. Who?
They want him back for a price for me.
The Rockets taking Westbrook back.
Bro, if we take
and I say that because moving into the next one, John Wall has opted into his contract, and they're planning to waive him, which I don't think makes any damn sense because you could have just buyout. You could have just bought him out last year and let him play last year. I don't get what was the sense of holding on to him until his opt-out year, hoping he's going to opt out. Like, no, I'm not opting out. I'm going to take my money from you guys since you want to sit me on the bench or tell me not to show up to the arena. I can't play for the team. All right, then give me my 74 point, whatever meal it is. Give it to me, Rockets. Go ahead, give it to me.
Before we go to this John Wall thing, if Russ ever come back to Houston, I'm not a Rockets fan anymore.
They gave up on him.
But
he said trade package for Westbrook for Kemba, Julius Randle. And LeBron does not want to play with Julius Randle. That's why that boy got traded to show the Lakers. You don't want to play with him.
And why would the Knicks want Russell Westbrook?
If I'm Sacramento, I wouldn't be mad at that.
Now that I wouldn't. I mean, no.
Wait,
no, I wouldn't be mad at that.
What trade was it?
I mean, if they can get Sabonis, but that's
right. That's what I said. If it's the Kings,
Sabonis,
if they want him, I wouldn't be mad at that. Just give me Sabonis.
Nah, but
then that gives Mara her extra big man. There you go. Now.
I don't know what's
now you got a starting big man. Now you got a starter that you could just push. Now 80, you got to play the 5.
Nah,
or else a bonus to play the 5.
Wait, who? You
if the Lakers trade Westbrook to the Kings and they get the bonus back.
But to go back to the John Wall thing, I don't know what's going on, bro. Like that shit was so weird. Like,
it's weird as shit.
Nigga, he plays 0 games, making all that fucking money, bro.
But that's not his decision. That's the team decision.
It ain't. That's the
team decision. The team decided not to let him play, so
which is odd as hell.
You gonna waste money for no reason? Okay.
John Wall is getting a literal bag.
Like he's just getting the bag, bro. Like
a literal bag.
Damn, if injuries ain't fuck of his, bro. Oh my god, he used to be so nice.
I think John Wall can still be used on a championship team. I'm sorry. I'm not saying he could be a starter. I'm not saying he's gonna give you 25 points, but John Wall can still give you 25 and 23 and 5, but 25 and 3.
You said 23? 25.
Well, 20, 5 assists and 3 rebounds. 25 and 3.
Like now,
that's what shots from my like it for John Wall.
In the NBA?
Who?
Kemba Walker?
Kemba Walker still is, yeah.
He's on the Knicks.
He on the Knicks reserve team. Put him on the reserves.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
What if D Rose, side note, what if D Rose go back to the Bulls?
I mean, do they even need him though at this point? Like,
I would use him to come off the bench. Dude, what was that game he had when he started crying? They were chanting MVP.
They don't need that though.
Drop 50 points off the bench.
They already got Kobe Bryant and shit like that. And
yeah, I say they have those players.
I don't care. You bring the boy home.
D Rose is
he should retire. You're right.
The Bulls don't
you bring the boy home. You saw what the Heat did for Dwayne. You bring the boy home. That's what I'm saying.
All right, bring him home.
That's all I'm saying. But back to John Wall. I think John Wall can help a team. What team? I don't know. Maybe the Lakers. I don't know. But he has to be willing to come off the bench, and he has to be willing to be put in a role. He has to be put in the role like Carmelo, where he's just a shooter. That's all. Just a shooter. John Wall can come and do that. Yep, stand in the corner, shooting your ball. John Wall, he ain't that bad. Listen, when people get older, when players get older, they become more jump shooters than they are drivers. That's in the history of the NBA. You can go look at it. Go look at the best drivers like Vince Carter. What was Vince Carter doing in his last years? Knocking down threes in people's face. That's what they do. So all I'm saying is, if I believe John Wall was in the gym working, he was working because he's not done playing in the NBA yet. In his mind, he's not done yet. So what he's going to do is show a team that he still has what it takes to be on the roster.
Okay.
And I think it's a backup role, and they're just going to ask him, hey, look, you come in with that backup team. You're probably not going to touch the ball that much when it comes to running the offense, but I want you to spot up and shoot.
If he
I
come
feel like with that though,
Nets.
I wouldn't want him to come into the game and not pass. Like he's still
No, I'm not.
He's still a serviceable guard.
He's still a serviceable, yeah, but I'm just talking about you can use him in that role.
I wouldn't even bring him inside.
I'm just telling him to do the Porzingis.
He can't defend no more.
If you building, I would say like he come off the bench with the Nets since they were building anyway, and that would help.
The Nets too. That wouldn't hurt the Nets because it would give him some scoring, and it like LD is saying, it'd give him a playmaker. I don't know how much.
Boston.
Huh?
About Boston.
You said the Boston Oracles. What happened? Who's that? I don't know who the Boston Oracles are. Who's that? I wouldn't care as long as he comes off the bench. Like,
yo.
That's so disrespectful.
How you feel about Steph Curry now? Like he top 10 player lock?
No, we talked about this. Steph Curry is not a top 10 player in my mind.
Why?
I'm sorry.
Not?
Why not?
Because
I think there are other people that have done more for the NBA than him.
I think he's later in the top 10. I wouldn't say like he's touching like
he's like right now he's like 13 on my list.
Yeah, I agree. 13 is a good spot. I think though for him, the reason I don't put him like everybody, people's disrespectful kind of comparing KD to him. Not talking about ring wise, but I'm talking about skill. Because if you take Curry's shot, he got that little floater, but he's still not gonna put up numbers and like on the worst day. And I'm not just talking about physicality. KD, you take away everything. Somebody's gonna put him out there to block shots. I'm not gonna go off physicality, but still skill. He can score like mid range. He can still drive. He can play defense. Like,
let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
How many big men 7-footers are shooting threes now?
Like almost all of them.
KD didn't have nothing to do with that, huh?
So you saying KD influenced it not because of Kurt, like because that's what my thing is, or what are you saying?
I'm saying KD played the part in 7-footers having the confidence to build their game on their shooting.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. So when we talk about Steph Curry being in top 10 because he changed the range you can shoot the ball from. That's all he did was change the range you can be comfortable shooting the ball from.
Hmm.
You're talking about a guy that revolutionized how it was a part of the revolution of big 7-foot guys standing on the perimeter and shooting the ball like he does. Porzingis is a prime example. Why do you think Porzingis has so much hype coming into the league? Because he was a 7-foot shooting big.
Well, this is the only thing. Well, this is the only thing when I categorize stuff because the reason before AD's injuries, I was big on AD because AD kind of like LeBron. They brought up his point guard, so I already knew going off like LeBron and AD like the reverse. LeBron is a guard, but he could play all five. AD was like he was brought up a guard, but started playing a big man, but could play all five. So it's him, AD. Then you have Joe Kick. You could put him in different positions, but I don't think you could put him like them. But
he transcended the game, but he's overrated.
I didn't say he was overrated.
Not you. I'm talking about the Mad New Yorker. I'm gonna have to put you back in. Have to put you back in the team.
I think Steph Curry. Like I do think his influence on the 3-pointer is overstated.
I said a part.
You said Dirk is influence. I agree. Dirk
is definitely probably the front guy who started big men shooting. But if you go look at Dirk's 3-point percentage and him shooting threes from the shooting threes, it's not going to be more than what KD did it. And that's what I'm talking about. KD plays a part in it. I'm not saying he's the whole reason, the Mad New Yorker. I'm saying KD has a 7-footer because he was in the league with Dirk when Dirk was doing it. Dirk was still in the league doing that, and KD had the confidence to do that. So, yes, KD gets it from Dirk if you want to say that. But KD also helped evolutionize because he's so good at it. You can even say he's better at doing it than Dirk.
But I just think Curry's trophy room is low too. It's too full to keep him out that top.
Now, I'll tell you, I'll go MJ, Bron, Kareem, Hakeem, Magic, Bird, Shaq, Tim, Wilt, Bill.
That's
10 for me.
Wilt, that's the one for me. Like Wilt, that's the one I would.
I got 3 more.
And me personally, he passed Troy's favorite player.
That you could have your own personal opinion you want. He passed Larry Bird. Okay.
I don't think so. I
The
don't think
problem
so.
with Wilt, though,
think
we don't have like film like we got with Kareem. So personally, I always thought Kareem was better. But when you look at Wilt's stats, it's just like, well, nigga, like.
Oh no, I could say Kareem was a better skilled basketball player than Wilt, but Wilt was very, very talented. He was very, very athletic, and people don't understand that Wilt didn't just play basketball. If you go look up Wilt, he did everything.
He brought the ball up, so
he
like
did everything. Now I'm not even talking about in the basketball world. Yeah, he's done other things sports wise outside that. That guy was very, very athletic.
No,
I take a lot away from Wilt because Wilt didn't win championships. But I can tell you a little secret, like I said on Monday's show. You want to know every championship that Wilt lost to Bill? Do you want to know collectively how many points he lost by? If you add all of the games that he lost to Bill Russell in the finals, you want to know how many points he lost?
Like 9 points, right?
Final games, 9 points. So you tell me, game 7, game 5, game 3, whatever it was back then. It was always 1 point, 1 point, 2 points, 2 points, then 3 points or something like that. Oh, the last one was 4 points.
But I feel like the margin, the gap is so big, it's ridiculous. Like they you gotta remember these teams are playing each other in the finals every year. It's
11. It's 11 rings. He lost 11 to him 11 times.
No, he didn't lose to him. He didn't lose to him 11 times.
He lost to him like nine times.
I don't know if it was 9, but I know it wasn't 11.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like
it was like 5 games. It was like 5. It was 5 times I think he lost to him.
He had Jerry West. He had Elgin Baylor. Like those were buckets back then. They couldn't get it done. So it just say that's what. Like in my growing up, I had Wilt over Bill Russell, but in my mind I changed him. Like you gotta give Bill Russell like he.
Oh no, Bill's above Wilt for me, definitely. But I think Bill deserves more respect too and should be higher on people's list. Like he should be definitely top 5 for what he did for the NBA in his time. Like I think that we take away from those old players back then, like Bill, Wilt, Oscar, and all those guys, because they played in a league where it was this many teams and it was this comp. In our opinion, like they played the guys who were in front of them, and without them playing those games and getting those accolades that they have and having the careers that they have, the NBA wouldn't even fucking be here. So I don't know why we discredit those guys. And a lot of people like say, "Oh, you only put Bill up there for respect." No, I put Bill up there because he dominated the damn NBA. In his time, he dominated, and so did Wilt. All right,
I agree.
And it's arguably you could say when you talking about Steph being in the top 10, it's arguably you could say he dominated for 8 years, but you could also say there's another name in there that dominated in them same 8 years, and then you can argue that player is better than Steph, and that's LeBron James.
No, LeBron James is absolutely 100%, 10% better than Steph Curry. Like that's.
You know how you put Steph above?
I'm gonna say this
because he got 4 championships and 1 Finals MVP.
I'm gonna say this.
Put him above Bird either.
I'm gonna say this. In the next 5 years, though, Giannis is gonna be top 10 because he's gonna be the face of the league, and he's gonna have to. I think he's gonna be top 10. He's gonna have to fit somewhere.
I can see a case where Giannis makes top 10, but it's a hard road. Like I said, it's at the end of the career. It's not what he does in his career. It's the totality of their careers. When you look at the totality of Steph Curry's career and Bird's career, it's like Bird went through a lot more. To me, he went through a lot more adversity than what Curry went through. But Bird went through a lot more adversity than what Curry went through. Like getting past those damn Lakers teams wasn't easy. That's why Magic got 5 chips because that wasn't an easy defeat. Hold on, my girl. Talk.
Nah, I definitely hear that because like Larry Bird, 3-time MVP, all defensive member, like he definitely did his thing and put Curry over him so loosely. It definitely was crazy, but I think Steph Curry's top 10. But
no, I'm not ready to say that. Between Dr. J, no.
They're gonna.
You said what?
Yeah, push back.
Dr. J.
Come on, sure.
You never had a Dr. J?
You
Dr.
said
J is probably like 12. Yeah, like 12. Like 12. Yes, Dr. J.
Over Curry?
I was about to say, don't do it.
You just gotta go with it sometimes, LD. You just gotta go with it sometimes. Curry above Dr. J.
I got a question though.
The thing, like, bro, it's crazy. I was going so hard for the Celtics this season, and it's like they got to the finals and beat the Celtics. Like, I can't really say anything because this is the same team I was going hard for. I was like, this is the team that's going to win the championship.
We could have won a championship, but I always knew experience would play a role. But go ahead, Mara. You said you had a problem. A question.
No. So, like, I think everybody list include this one person, and I know I'm biased, even though this person's better than David Robinson. Because David Robinson, you got
Tim
Duncan. I'm talking about Duncan.
Tim
Like
Duncan, we knew that was coming.
I do think as 4, he's like the top 3 ever. But I always have a problem because, and then he got like 4, 5 rings. How many?
5.
He got he do got 5. Never mind, you got to put him in the top 10.
I was
gonna be like, no, he got 5.
And he was playing against Shaq and Kobe Lakers.
He was giving business.
You're right. And then
he was a baller.
You're right.
Didn't
he that won a ring against LeBron too?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to put him.
He got 2 rings on LeBron.
You got to put him in his top 10. Damn.
You got a ring in LeBron in what? 07.
And then 2014.
2014.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like he beat a lot of people's goats too. So it's like you can't.
I never heard nobody say Tim Duncan was a GOAT ever. He liked that, but I never heard.
The consensus around Tim Duncan is he's the best power forward to ever play the game.
Ever, damn.
Yeah, that's the consensus. Talking heads, the media. That's the consensus.
It's like there's like you can't.
I think it's him and KG.
KG, yeah.
Him and KG top 2.
Well, Dirk too. You got Dirk's a power forward too.
I don't know. I got KG over Dirk.
I got KG over Dirk too, but
no, but is KG? Did they list him as a 3?
Nah,
KG, he's a 4.
He's a 4.
Kevin Garnett, yeah.
Kevin Garnett's a 4. They might hit you with the shooting, the small forward.
I'm sorry, I thought you said KD. My bad.
No, yeah, KG.
I got Giannis second already on mine.
Over who?
Over KG.
Yeah.
No, the career wise, no.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait.
But like,
what if Giannis never wins another championship?
That don't mean nothing. I'm not going to.
What if he never makes it to another finals? That does mean something because the end goal to a season is to win a championship. So winning a championship has to if Giannis never wins another championship, right? And I know KG only has 1. Are we still putting him in the top 10 if he just stays as he is and just has numbers and
top
players?
10, he's not getting to the top 10, but for the KG and Giannis, I'll say that all the things that you want in a career, Giannis already did already.
I'm not mad if you saying put Giannis above KG, but he won't. If he doesn't win multiple championships,
he can't be
the top power forward.
He doesn't win multiple championships. You're right.
What if
he can't be top 5?
No, top 10.
Oh.
What if he keep making
Trent is looking for something?
No, I keep hearing things. I ain't gonna like Gabe's.
What if he keeps making it to the finals but don't win? I still think I might put him in top 5 only because of the Jerry West effect. Because it's just like
top 5.
No, top 10.
Oh, I was gonna say there's a lot of people to fight for to get to the top 10. So it's like Giannis.
New York when Middleton back, they could win another one. They could definitely win another one. They just got to get their role players got to step up. That's what hurt them in the Boston series, just like what hurt Boston in the Golden State series is our role players, our bench. Their bench didn't step up when they needed them to. Like Bobby Portis had a good game there, and then Brook Lopez, same thing, when they needed a lot more from them guys. So I'm not going to say Giannis can't win another championship, but he could definitely make it to the finals and lose, especially if Golden, like say next year, if the Boston meet the Nets beat Boston, then they meet the Bucks beat the Nets, and then the Bucks go back to the finals and they come against Steph Curry and those guys, and with the little bit of the young players that they have with more experience, and they beat the Bucks. I'm not gonna be mad at him, just like I'm not mad at Boston for losing to a damn dynasty. I'm not gonna be mad at.
No, definitely. That's what I'm saying. Get into the championship is definitely a factor. So like the fact he gets there, it's good. But like to be top 10, you gotta win them. Like you gotta.
Well, I got a quick question for y'all. Since we doing all this trade and we're building, remember there was a point where they was like the East is non-existent. The East look like it's getting more stacked, like as far as competition, than the West for me. What y'all think?
No, 100%. This year the East was better.
Nah, definitely the East was better.
This year the East was way better than the West.
Yeah,
but you could also say that due to injuries too.
Yeah, the West
injuries play a part in that too.
So next season is gonna be the closest thing to a regular season we've had so far.
Yeah, it's been like 3 years. Dang.
Yeah, this gonna be the most normal season that we had in a while.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I'm looking at the Nuggets. I want to see where they finish.
I want to see where they finish too.
All right, Jeremy. The biggest news: Jeremy Grant was agreed to be traded to Portland. Do you think Dame is happy with that move?
It's a step in the right direction, but like, what is that?
It's not a 2, so I'm not mad at that. It's a 3, so it's a wing player. So I'm I'm kind of happy with that. They didn't put another 2 next to him.
It's a good move, but how far does that move the Trailblazers? I feel like they like, does that make them?
Lillard probably hits another bye shot on the Clippers.
Not us. No. Yeah.
Why me? Because he hit that bye shot before. Now he can hit a bye shot on the Jazz. I can see Jeremy Grant, Damian Lillard beating the Jazz with Donovan Mitchell. Rudy Gobert.
Nah, that can happen. That can happen. But do you even think the Jazz are gonna stay together? Like, you think?
No, I think that's going. I think some one of them is going this year, but you got to figure out who. Because there's a lot of pieces that you can add to that Jazz team with Donovan Mitchell to make it better.
You know, I think he's staying. Yeah.
You said what?
I don't think he want to stay. He disgruntled.
Who, Donovan?
Yeah.
I think neither one of them want to stay. I think they both done with the damn Jazz.
Damn.
So
I feel like that's not absurd at all to say that.
Real Detroit.
It's a bad situation. That's why Quinn Snyder just left.
Yeah, he just bounced. He was like, "Nah, bro, I'm good with this." So y'all think it's good, but they still need to make more moves because they don't have Nurkic no more either. Nurkic is a free agent. Do you think he tests the free agent market or does he resign?
I think he comes back. There's no reason that he doesn't. But
I think he's straight.
I mean, in free assignments, he come back. He got another year on his belt. They could be a good team.
Well, Anthony Simons is not a young of a guy. He's been with the Trailblazers for like 4 years, I think. 3-4 years.
But he didn't get the attention that he got this year.
But if you paid attention to his game, because I paid attention to his game, he's nice. And the Trailblazers learned that. And they knew it for a while, but they just got to see it last year when they traded Bill. When he started to come in that starting lineup, he could cook. He could cook. So you can definitely put him in that 2 spot, him, Dame him, and then Grant, and just have I don't know who their power forward or center going to be next year, but I'm not mad at that start. That's a good start.
It's definitely a step in the right direction. But we got to see what else they do to really shake the room. But especially for what they traded him for too, I'm not mad at that at all. Like, they really got him for basically scraps.
Yeah.
25 pick. I think it was the Bucks 2025 pick too. That's what I was told. So
and then the Dallas too making moves. So I like the moves Dallas are making too, getting Christian Woods. I just wanted to pay out for him because I know it was some question marks around him, but he showed out in Houston. So I think those question marks left out. But we'll see.
Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Do you think it was ever going to work with the Joker and the Mavericks, or what do you think that was? I think because they asked him to play a different role, and
he said Jokic or
the Joker
on the Mavericks.
He was in the Knicks. I forgot his name.
Porzingis.
Yeah,
the unicorn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
His nickname is the unicorn. Yeah, I got you.
Oh, okay.
Did y'all ever think that was going to work? But I think they asked him for a different role, and
they did. They made him a shooter.
It sounded good on paper. Like
they made him a shooter. If they didn't change Porzingis and what he did best, I think it could have worked. But Luka was so ball dominant that I don't think it worked with Porzingis. Not every piece can fit with everybody, and people need to understand. I always tell people that just because I want to go back to it to use an analogy, but just because Danny Green was a 3-and-D guy doesn't mean he's the same type of 3-and-D guy that Klay Thompson is. Like just because somebody you think can fit in a role because what they do in another role, it doesn't always work out. It doesn't always work. We see it time and time again where a player goes to where Dennis Schroeder was supposed to work out on Boston. He did not work out. We traded him for White. And now he's a free agent, still looking for a home. So not everybody works out on the team, and I don't think Porzingis was right for Luka. And that's why I said it depends on what superstar you put on that team because people always ask, can Luka win with another superstar? I don't know because it depends who you put on a team. Do you put a 1 and move Luka to the 2? Do you put a 2, have Luka still as your point? Do you get a 3? I don't know if a big man works there. I don't know.
I think when she said the Joker though, I think Jokic and Luka could win a championship together.
I ain't gonna hold you. That's a good idea.
I don't know how the hell you get that shit too.
What, Luka and Joker?
Never happened, though. We're just talking about in a perfect world.
That would work, honestly.
It would work, but it's never gonna happen because the Mavs are not letting go of Luka.
Can you imagine if Luka and Jokic team up and then they win a title and then we got the Euro players that won the title? But
that would be way though. But that's down the line, though. That's down the line. They gotta sign that. There's no trade is going for that.
No, free agency it can happen, but Joker, that would never happen anyway because Joker about to sign like a 205 or something like that.
God damn.
Yeah, he about to sign like a 205 extension. So he did locked in. He wants to be with the Nuggets, and the Nuggets are a good team. I don't know where they fit next year because all the teams that's around them that got better, Pelicans, Grizzlies, and
I want to see the Pelicans
like
so bad. Zion, BI, and CJ McCollum.
Oh, it's gonna be exciting to watch.
No, that's what I'm saying. Next season, everyone's gonna be healthy. We're gonna get all these stars back. It's gonna be a great season.
Yeah, hopefully Kawhi get back and the Clippers do their thing. But any more questions? Any more questions before we close out? Because I know Trent got to go soon.
Right.
Like 5 minutes ago. So Trent, give us your final thoughts, man.
Good show. Always the nightcap. Friday it's gonna be turned. It's gonna be hilarious on Friday. So then Thursday. Oh shit! The next shit tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we got a fade room for you guys. So make sure you tell your friends.
Me and Mr. NBA will go at it. Then shit. As always, great show though.
LDE.
Oh well, I just want to say thanks for having me, and I got some new merch on the way. See the everything shirt from me. This is my brand right here.
Hey, we're gonna have to get a deal. You had to work a deal out. But nah, go support LDE merch, man. I want to see Simp with a shirt on. I don't know if Simp's still in here, but we need a picture of Simp with the shirt on. You finished, LB?
Yeah, I'm good.
That was it? Just your merch and that's it?
No, I was just saying thank you. Thanks for having me.
Gotcha. Now, anytime, we like having you. How you say your name one more time?
You can call me Mara. That's fine.
No, say
Zia Mara.
See, I'm not doing that, Mara. Go ahead. Zia Mara. It'll take me a long time to get that stuck in my head.
No, I appreciate you having me on here. It's about time that I finally got on here. I appreciate you talking and bringing me on the panel. And anyway, y'all need to be watching out for Harden because if he get right, it's over. That's all.
That's right. Now, I want to say thank you for coming on. And anytime you want to come back, don't be afraid to hit me up. If I got space for you, we definitely have you on the morning shows, night shows. It doesn't matter. We're always looking for people to come on. You know what you're talking about. You're a great conversation. I'm pretty sure the other guys on the panel had as much fun as me talking to you. And that's all we look for. We look for open conversation with people that's willing to have it, and you're willing to have it. We don't get disrespectful up here. We don't attack each other. We just talk points and that's it. So I want to say I appreciate you for coming up here and sharing your knowledge with us. LD, you know what the story is already. You've been here, 3 times now? It's your 3rd time?
Yeah.
Mara, we hope to have you back. Like I said, anytime you want to come back, you just let us know.
Okay.
Chat,
For sure.
you guys are amazing. Mad New Yorker, man, shout out to you, bro. Because I saw you subscribe 2 days ago, and I was like, yo, where this guy been at? He's been going for like 2 months. They must have locked him up or something. But it's good to have you back in the chat, man. I hope to see you around.